Alright you guys, well today I have for you this 2014 Audi Q7. We'll go around this SUV, show you what it's all about. Always love the design of this generation Q7. If you ask me, I kind of like it a little better than the new ones. I've always loved these like rounder Audis. I think these look really good, even still today. This car being a 2014, it is 10 years old already. And you would not know it from looking at it. To the untrained eye, this looks pretty modern, pretty new still. Going around the back here, I love the styling of these taillights. They look really good. But we'll pop the trunk, show you what that looks like. And as you can see, it's not the biggest, but it is a third row vehicle. It is pretty tiny though. It's a pretty high up floor and it's pretty tiny behind this third row. We'll get this coffee out of the way here. We'll toss that right here for the moment, but we'll check under here and you just get a little underfloor storage. And you do actually get a spare tire and tools underneath here, so that's always nice to have. Get some cargo netting and also a 12-volt outlet back here. You get a little compartment. I guess this is where the warning triangle would go for European countries. You can also fold the third row down with these levers. You don't get any second row seat controls back here, so it's a little bit of an older design that way. And we'll just close up this trunk. Closes really quick, and the whole taillight assembly lifts up with the tailgate, so no lines cut into the taillights. It doesn't interrupt the styling back here, which I love. We'll get back in the back seat here, show you what that's all about. All right, back seat is a little bit cramped, but when I move the seat back, it's okay. Not like crazy huge, but definitely comfortable. It's nice and cozy back here. I like it. You got these nice vents in the sides right here aiming right at you. It's kind of a nice design. I like that. You get like a little ashtray in the door right here. All the switches in this car feel really solid. The door handles feel nice and luxurious. Everything has a nice, soft, solid feel to it. You actually get heated rear seats back here, and they have 6 levels. Kind of like older Audis had heated seats like that with 6 levels. And it's surprising to see that for rear seats, especially for 2014. That was pretty uncommon back then. As you can see, you got this giant panoramic roof, and you get another sunroof, little moonroof panel for the third row with its own little shade. Very nice, very luxurious. You get your little armrest with your over-engineered German cup holders. These have been through some use, I can tell, but overall this car is really nice, really good condition for its age. I'm quite impressed with it. This third row is very tiny though. I don't know if you can see, but not much room. I don't think I'm gonna attempt to get back here today. It's pretty cramped. Not quite the most usable third row, but we'll show you guys under the hood real quick. All right, just gonna pop the hood. Okay, so this is the 3-liter V6. So it makes 280 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. And I'm actually quite impressed with how this engine looks. It doesn't have a ton of covers on it. You can kind of see like the spark plugs and everything right here. Looks pretty good, but we'll close up the hood here and we'll hop inside. I want to talk about this key though really quick actually. It's an Audi switchblade key and I like the locking sound. Has a nice chirp to it, but we'll hop in. And what's interesting about this key also is you have a key slot to start it, but you can also use a start button to start it. So you can start it either way. So nice refined startup here. Interestingly enough, you have a separate button to stop the engine. So it's kind of like an early adoption of push to start, I guess. And when you stop the engine, you can stop it like this, but it also instructs you to hold it to lock the steering wheel. So, and then the steering wheel locks. or I can just start it the old-fashioned way. So yeah, very interesting. You have a little glove box opener right here, electronic release, and a little valet mode for it. You can also shut your center screen off if you want. This is kind of like the main setup screen. It looks a little bit like the more recent Audis I've been in. So you have your car settings right here. You have your phone settings, vehicle info. You also have a nav system, which doesn't look half bad. It's pretty good, although it's not a touch screen, so you can easily navigate around the map. You have your Bluetooth connection, your radio, and also your sound settings. So pretty standard stuff in here. If we put in reverse, we also have a backup camera. Again, it's not the highest resolution, but it gets the job done. It has guidelines. It works good. Like I said, you have this panoramic roof. We can open the sunshade with this button. Everything in here has a very soft, very quiet response to it. And you have this Audi sunroof control. A little dial right there. And it opens pretty good actually, as you can see. But we'll just close that up there. Very classy gauge setup. The center screen doesn't show a whole lot of things. Shows like your radio, you can change your station or your song. Shows your miles per hour, your temperature, and your phone. But that's it, nothing crazy in here. You get a heated steering wheel, interestingly enough. And it says heated steering wheel on, exclamation point. I think that's kind of funny. You have your interesting Audi climate control. These are pretty confusing. This is like the older generation of Audi's climate control. And these vent designs, the zone designs, don't make a lot of sense. There's an up arrow, a little thing that looks like a pedal or something. I guess that's supposed to be these vents right here. A down arrow, and those are your 3 zones. Or auto, but I've just been leaving it on the main vents. Obviously, you can control your 6-level heated seats with this dial. Everything kind of operates through these dials, seats, fan speed, and zone, and you have 12 modes of fan speed. Most cars give you like 5 or 6, but in this Q7 you get 12 different modes. So you have one cup holder here, you have a little tray, and also a second cup holder under this cover, which is pretty interesting. And you have a bigger console underneath all of this. But I think we went over about all there is to cover in this interior. Pretty classy, everything feels pretty high quality. It's not the most modern interior, but I still like it. I still think it's aged well. All the materials feel well thought out. But we'll get this Audi Q7 out on the road. Talk about how it drives here. All right, finally off this gravel road so we can get some speed going. Alright, and I quite like how this car drives. I didn't expect to like it as much as I do. I didn't expect to be super impressed with it, but it drives quite nice. Steering is nice and heavy. It's got a nice chunky steering feel to it. Unexpectedly sporty, and it communicates really well. I wasn't expecting that. It feels like old school Audi in the steering. It's nice and precise, it's nice and zippy. Very smooth, luxurious response to it. This engine is silky smooth. It's definitely a slow build. It doesn't have much at the beginning, but the power comes on very gradually, and once it hits those higher revs, it takes off pretty good. We'll check out the power when we get on the road here. Very quiet turn signal sound. All right, let's hit it. Very refined. Not the most powerful thing in the world. It's not really meant to be fast, but just such a silky smooth engine, really quiet. This throttle response is pretty lackluster. I think it's also designed that way. It's a very soft, luxurious, kind of heavy throttle. It's not like you just tap it and you're gone. Kind of have to give it some work to get this car to move, but you get used to it, and it's pretty nice when you get used to it. I love the seating position you get in here, just like very clear view of the road in front of you. Good visibility all around in here. I really like this ride quality. Has that bank vault European solidity that I like. Very smooth ride. Very solid on the road. Like, feels nice and heavy, nice and solid. Just like bank vault smooth, which I like. This 8-speed automatic is also just really smooth, buttery smooth. Don't really feel the gear changes at all. They're not as quick as some of the newer Audis. The newer Audis, the shifting is just lightning quick. This one is a little slower, but still very smooth, nice and intuitive for the most part. A little slow to downshift, not the sportiest, but definitely still nice, still luxurious. I quite like it. Very smooth brakes. About medium in their response, not like touchy, but not vague either, kind of in between. Has a little bit of that luxurious kind of spongy feel, but still really good, really solid. It's very relaxing. Just such a smooth ride and nice and quiet. Definitely delivers on that luxury aspect. Give it some gas here. Yeah, it's kind of a lackluster throttle, but I like how it gets up to speed. We'll try putting it in sport mode, actually. Does have a little sport mode in the gear shift. That's like the only drive mode in here. It doesn't have like sport, comfort, normal, eco, like all those new cars have. Get some more gas. Yeah, and the higher revs, it's like pretty punchy. good mid-range torque to it. We'll try out some corners, see how it does. And you know, it doesn't corner half bad for having this really cushy ride. Feels very solid in the suspension. Like it's just very capable in corners. I mean, that is really good. I like the heavy steering, like I mentioned. It has like a nice flat feel in the corners, which is pretty shocking. This is a big SUV, but handles really well. I'm pretty impressed with it. It's mostly comfort focused, this car, but it has a little bit of that fun Audi DNA in it for sure. Want to try some of these other corners right here. Ooh, that transmission in sport mode, like really responsive. Yeah, just very good handling. I'm pretty impressed. This sport mode definitely livens up this 8-speed automatic. I can tell it's like a lot snappier, a lot more responsive than it is in just normal drive. So that's pretty good. You know, you get, if you get tired of kind of like the laziness of regular drive, you can just pop it into sport mode. It kind of fixes all of that. Transmission is a little bit jerky when I first start out sometimes, but most of the time it's pretty smooth. But I think we'll take it on the highway up here. It is a lot more responsive in that sport mode. Just love how it gets up to speed. Alright, let's take it on the highway here. Test it out a little more at speed. That handling is just so good. Quattro all-wheel drive system helps it, I'm sure. Engine has a nice sound to it. Nice and sporty on the highway. Points in a nice straight line. Carves these corners really good. Good mid-range passing power, really good mid-range in this engine. And just feels like I could go much faster than this, honestly. Nice and glued to the road, nice and buttoned down on the highway. Just like fun to drive, surprisingly. I mean, it's so stable at speed. try taking this exit here. Very confident handling. I'm really impressed with it. It was actually pretty fun. It's pretty fun to drive on the highway. We'll take it for another spin going back the other way. I just love how it is at speed. Try this off-ramp. Alright, not bad at all. A little bit of body lean, but it stays nice and controlled. Alright you guys, well that about covers my review on this 2014 Audi Q7. We will pull into this parking lot. Really impressed me. I was not expecting to be so impressed with this vehicle. I love how stable it is at speed. That's probably my favorite thing. Taking it on the highway, driving it through back roads, it's nice and stable. Like, it's fun to drive a little fast. I like this heavy, precise steering. I think it is like old school hydraulic steering in here, which I really appreciate. Park it over here. And yeah, just a nice, quiet, luxurious, smooth vehicle to drive, but has a nice solid bank vault feel to it. You just don't find it in some of the competitors. You don't even find this in some of the newer German cars. It just feels like it has that older Euro character in this car. Feels really good. All the buttons and switches are solid. Everything feels nicely laid out. Makes you kind of want one of these cars when you drive it. I really enjoyed it, but I think we will shut it off and we'll hop out. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.